Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to 精靈國度 Fairyland channel. So welcome back, Helen. Today, what are we going to share about?
Well, I thought, Fairy, since I know you're very good at working with emotions and emotional healing, I wanted to share something from the teachings from ancient Egypt regarding emotional healing, because I thought you'd be interested, and I'm hoping the audience will too.
I think all of your sharing or all of your teachings, I will be definitely interested. That is why I want to invite you, to my channel. That is the truth. Yeah, I'm just speaking my truth. So when I knew about that, you will be talking about like the emotional healing in Egypt wisdom. I'm so exciting. As you all know that in our previous 2 episodes, we talk about the Egypt, the sacred sites, a lot of things about Egypt, the awakening, about our previous, our past life, memories, a lot of different interesting things. And so that we both got a really, really strong collection about Egypt. So today's is all yours.
Okay.
Show us.
Sure. So, of course, you know I'm fascinated by ancient Egypt, but I want to not just learn and remember about the past, but see, okay, so how does it help me and help my clients and help people I know in this life? Is it just something from the past, or is it practical for now? So I believe what I share with you today is also practical for now. So that's makes it more interesting to me. And
I think that is really important. We're not just only talking about the history or the stories. There must be something related for the now. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So there were lots of different temples in Egypt, and in some ways they were a bit like different schools with different healing techniques and different wisdom. So the one I have the strongest connection with, as you know, is the Isis temple. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a school or temple really good at helping people with emotions. And Fairy, you and I were talking just before we started this call, and we're both agreeing that emotions can sometimes, things like anger or sadness, they can feel like a big problem. It can feel really heavy and difficult. But what they were teaching in Egypt is that all of these emotions have a higher purpose, and they're not bad. They actually can be very good. They can help us grow and help us be healthy.
Can I say that like all the things like it's duality word have the higher frequency version or the lower frequency version, depends on how you use of it.
That's a very ancient Egyptian viewpoint. Agree 100%. So one of the things they taught in the Isis temple is that we have 4 primary emotions, that all emotions can go into these 4 categories. And some of you who are interested in Egypt, some of you might have even seen they had these 4 jars.
What's that, Helen? What's that?
Well, they're called canopic jars. I've got let me see, an example. I'll show you one. This is actually
I will put you on the main screen.
Okay. This is obviously a reproduction, and the real one would have been bigger. And this is anybody interested in Egypt, you will have heard about when someone dies, they would often try and keep the physical body.
Yes, like the mummy.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And they would take out 4 important organs and keep them, which sounds crazy, right? Inside these jars. So, you know, we have 4 jars that they would. Yeah. So these are all pictures of jars.
Yep.
And you think, oh, why would they do that? Well, the reason, first of all, I should start with, why did they keep the mummy? Well, first of all, they didn't really think that mummy was going to come back to life and you'd use the same body, because these are intelligent people. They know the body is dead.
They know the body is just a vehicle.
That's right. But they wanted to preserve the teachings of Egypt and preserve the civilization. And when somebody died, especially if you were someone important like a king or a high priest or high priestess, they didn't want you to reincarnate somewhere else. They wanted to keep your spirit to support Egypt. So you would go to Egyptian heaven, and they keep you like in service, keep you as a spirit connected to Egypt to maintain the civilization. So they were stopping you reincarnating, because when we reincarnate, we let go of our memories of our past life.
Yeah.
We let go of our previous personality. But in Egypt, by keeping the mummy, keeping the organs, they were holding on to your memory, holding on to your personality, so you don't reincarnate. Now, that is something we don't need to do this life.
Yes. I'm just about to say that. Holding on.
Yeah. I'm not suggesting that when you die, you keep your organs. But there is
it only like not everyone, not every Egyptian, or they are all trying to do that in the same way in the older time?
Yes. It started with the really high level people, like a king, for example. Yeah, you know, they were supposed to be in service to Egypt.
Okay.
Not just when they were living, but after they died.
So they just want to remain their energy. That is
right.
The way.
Right. Right. It's kind of, they had the same understanding in Tibet, but in Tibet they had an opposite practice.
Yes. In Tibet, the ego.
Right. Let you go free, right?
Yes.
Completely destroy the physical body, so you're completely free.
You know, sorry, just soft topic a little bit, because when you're talking about the Tibet, I just have a memory flash. It's when I was really, really young. I'm just a primary school student. One night, I had a dream, and this was a really, really weird dream. That is why until today I still remember. What is that dream? That dream is I dreamed of an eagle, and then carrying something really like an iron or something, and then chasing me. He's flying. The eagle is flying. And then grabbing that thing, and then chasing me. And then I'm running, and then the eagle wanted to use that thing to hit on me, so that I got a feeling that if I'm being hit by the eagle with that stuff, I'll be died. And then the next image is the eagle ate all of my body.
Wow, very shamanic.
Is this shamanic?
Yeah.
So I couldn't understand. This is so weird, because I didn't understand why. I was just a child. I didn't get in touch with any Tibet things, you know. Maybe until today, maybe I will be thinking, oh, maybe I read a lot of books or the YouTube videos or heard about the stories, so that I maybe got that kind of dreams. But that was I was just a child, and then I didn't know anything, and then I didn't get in touch with any different culture thing or stuff. But why I still remember until today is I'm so scared in that dream, because you know, you can imagine that dream is I will be die, and then my body will be eaten by the eagle. So
Right.
it's so bloody.
Right.
And like a very cruel in my feeling. And then I don't understand why I will be. I even have some kind of guilt because I feel like why I will be having that kind of dream. You said I'm a violence person, something like that. So yeah, so when you're talking about the Tibet, the thing, and then this thing come back on my mind all of a sudden. So why we are saying that it's very shamanic?
So my feeling is that both the ancient Egyptians and the Tibetans, they understood some of the same information, same wisdom, but how they worked with it was different. So in Egypt, when you die, ancient Egypt, they wanted to keep you, especially if you had wisdom, because they keep your spirit supporting Egypt, so you can continue to support Egypt after you're dead. In Tibet, they want to set you free. So you're completely free. Maybe you reincarnate, maybe you don't, but you're free. You're not tied to anything. It's the same understanding, different method. So I would say that experience with the eagle was actually a blessing. That eagle was releasing your past life, whatever it was, so that you would completely let go of any karma, any connection, so that you're free.
So you're formless, like when you're eating, also you will be becoming formless.
Right.
In another meaning, it's very symbolic, right? In another meaning, could be like to set you all free. So you are not being restrained by anything.
Karma gone.
Oh my God.
You see, in Egypt, they hold on to you. You may still have some karma.
Yeah.
But Tibet, they set you completely free. And I also say that's shamanic because in a lot of traditions, they say that if you have a dream or even a real life experience where you die, that is one of the signs that you are a shaman.
Wow. I believe that.
because fairy, you're still here, right?
I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here with
you. You've died, and yet you're still here. So you've gone through that amazing transformation. Your spirit understands something. It understands something about that death is an illusion.
Yes. That death is an illusion. Separation is an illusion.
Right. So this is really a very positive sign. It's not a punishment. It's a blessing.
That is also some kind of like when I'm thinking about this thing, and then like what you said, it's some kind of blessing. It's a good thing, but a lot of time we will be feeling something like scared.
Yes, and that's natural, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they die, they it's very natural to get scared about the process of death
because there is a lot of uncertainties.
That's right. But what your soul knows is certainty, because your soul knows the experience, remembers a process of dying, and yet you're still here. So it's a sign of someone who's shamanic, and it's a sign of a healer. It's a sign of wisdom, and maybe it says you've got a connection with Tibet.
Yeah, I have been to Tibet, and then remember I told you last time or during our first episode, and then saw a lot of things happening, and then it's not like I think I need to go to Tibet. It's a never expected to go to that place, but eventually it's just leading me to that place. And then by the end of the journey, I knew that, actually, this whole journey, my purpose is, going to Tibet. But the previous stop is just like like a middle stop. The Tibet is the destination, but I have to be the other area. Then I can go into Tibet. But I didn't know about that until the end of the day. Oh, when I think back, when I look back, and then it all makes sense. And also I have some memory. Remembering. Yeah, it's quite a shock to me in some way.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, and then I think like 2 years, I didn't even dare to tell anyone because I don't believe it as well. I feel like, okay, if I tell someone like that, people will think I must be mad. I need to go to see psychiatrist or something like that. I still need to process. I still need to check in whether this is real. Is this real? Even I'm the person going through all the things. I still doubting. I still doubted. Is that real? That is so. It's very difficult to believe in such way, you know, like very, very dramatic, very, very dramatic.
I understand.
And yeah, so that you know, like an old soul, I believe you have been to a lot of different places, and then like shaman, like your high priestess, like your healer, or if you're witch, but witch not the black magic one, you know, witch, it's just like the shaman.
Yes, exactly.
Like a child, you're the daughter, something like that, so that we call them witch. And so it's just about the name, about the term, but we're kind of doing all this work. And when you're talking about you have the I have a different temple, actually I don't have this knowledge on my mind in this life. But when I heard about you saying about that, and then you said you got a very strong connection with one temple, and then I just want to say Isis, because at that time when you're talking about that, at that particular moment, and then I just got the feeling that I have met you in that temple before. So that is why I said Isis. Okay, it's that. It's freeze now. Yeah. So yeah, because it's a lot of energy going on. Mm-hmm. Helen, try to calm down, Helen. Hello, Helen. We are waiting for a short while. Okay, you're back.
Energy's breaking up a little bit, I think.
It's still a little bit lacking. Still a little bit lacking. Try to calm down.
I know. It's because the energy is very strong.
Yeah, I feel you, Helen. I feel you. Yeah. So, okay. Maybe let's talk about our stored emotions. How our stored emotion impacting us in different ways, and how to do the healing in the Egypt wisdom.
Yes. So they talk about 4 primary emotions. One of them is anger. And they say that we store anger in the part of our body where our liver is.
Yes.
And I think it's not just ancient Egypt that says that. I think other cultures also agree.
Chinese as well. Oh, you say anger? No, Chinese, we say the liver, maybe anger or maybe sadness also affecting the liver.
Well, one emotion can change to another, of course. So for each of these primary emotions, there's a goddess who can help, and there's like a guardian spirit that can help. And interestingly, with anger, the goddess who helps is Isis. And you might think, why Isis? Because she never gets angry. But what they were teaching is anger has a good purpose. When we feel angry about something, it means something needs to change.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
You need to do something.
Right, exactly. That's why when we get angry, we get hot and we get energy. It's to give us the energy to make a change. And what's interesting is, there are these 4 jars, and they each have like a guardian spirit, and 3 of them have animals, but anger has a human head.
Okay.
And that's because of all of the creatures, humans hold on to anger more than anybody else. So, that would be like the jar for the liver. It's like a human on the head. But Isis or Isis, she has a lot of reasons. There's stories about her. She has a lot of reasons to get angry in her life. Her husband is killed, not just once, but twice.
Why?
So, that's a bigger story.
Long story short.
Yeah, basically, long story short, he's killed by his brother, who's jealous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jealous is it? Can we say jealous also one kind of emotion?
Yeah, it is, and I would say jealous could be linked to fear.
Okay, like a sub-product.
Yeah, exactly. So there's, Isis, you would expect, if someone kills your husband, someone you love, you could get very angry.
Yes.
And, wars can start that way. Fights can start. But she doesn't do that. Instead, she uses all that energy to help. Actually, what they do in the story, her husband is put into like a wooden box by his brother, and this wooden box is put into the river.
Okay.
And it goes out to sea. And now, so she goes to find him. Very different from some modern stories, or more recent stories. If you watch, like Disney or something, or fairy tales, it's often the woman who is so beautiful, and then you have the man who comes and saves her.
Yes.
Well, in Egypt, it's like Isis's husband is so beautiful.
Okay. So Isis is like a warrior.
Yeah, she goes to find him.
Okay.
So it's a long story, but she finds his body. She brings him back to Egypt, and she brings him back to life. So she's using that energy. And then he gets killed again.
Okay.
This time, the brother chops the husband into pieces.
Wow.
Yeah, really to make sure.
To stop Isis.
Because Isis's husband in the story is the king, and the brother wants to be king. That's the story. Now, Isis is very powerful. She could go and attack the murderer, but she doesn't. Instead, she travels all around Egypt, and she finds the lost parts. And she brings all the lost parts of her husband together, and she makes him whole again, because she is good at magic. She's a healer. So she actually is able to bring him back to life. So she uses that energy, that anger, that hurt, that upset, to take action. And the end result is even better, because her husband then, he's like a shaman. Her husband is someone who has died and come back to life.
Oh, just what you just said to me.
Yeah, just like you, fairy, right? He's been cut into pieces, just like the eagle.
So painful, yes.
But he's come back. He's alive again. So then he actually has more power than he had before, because he understands about the spirit world and he understands about the physical world.
It's like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right. And the teaching from the Isis temple is if you get angry, use it. Don't
suppress it.
Right.
Yeah. That will become a lower frequency version when you're suppressing that. But how you use the anger is the point. That is the thing.
That's right. You don't, because if you just use it to start a war, well, wars can keep going, right? They maybe never stop, one generation to the next.
Yeah.
So use it in a mindful way.
In a wise way.
In a wise way. So that's her teaching around this. And she's also connected with forgiveness.
Yeah.
But her teaching is, don't forgive until the time is right. So, for example, if somebody is hurting you, first take action. Get safe.
I think the take action is like, we're not saying about to take action. We need like to do that. It's like the take action is we need to do something to protect ourselves.
Yes.
Or to tell them what is our boundary. So
Exactly.
that is the way how to set the boundary. Mm-hmm.
You use the anger to set your boundary. You use the anger to protect yourself. You use
to tell them clearly, you cannot do that to me. That is something I cannot accept.
Exactly. You use the anger to become empowered. It's not necessarily easy. These things are often difficult.
Because we all want to be a nice person, to be kind. We're always thinking about that. If we say something to the other, oh, that is impolite, that is rude, that doesn't look elegant. But I think even though when we are angry with something, we can be showing our anger in an elegant way.
Yes, very well put.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, because if that is something you really feel hurt or you're feeling being offended, so you just tell the other what is your true feelings. You didn't say the swear words or something. You just tell them clearly, okay, I just don't like that. I tell you, it doesn't mean that I don't feel you, I don't like you. But if I'm telling you my feeling, if you don't respect me, so maybe I won't be like you after that. So that is normal, right? Because you don't respect me. And so the anger in a higher vibration, higher frequency version is like we need to use that. And then the second thing is how we gonna to use that, in what way, and it matters.
And it's so if you feel angry, it's about, don't criticize yourself. Don't say, oh, I must be a bad person because I'm irritated or because I'm angry. Instead, you say, okay, why am I angry? What's the message? What do I need to change?
What do I need to do?
Yes, what action to take. And if I'm angry, it means I have the power. It means I can do something. Maybe what I can do isn't easy. Mm-hmm. It may take courage. It may be outside my comfort zone, but I can do it. I can do something to make my life better. That's the message.
Angry got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Got a lot of energy, so that when we feel, let's think about that. When you're really angry about something, sometimes you can do a lot of things after you feel you're so angry. And then because that is like a high energy, like a push, like an engine, like a fire engine, and then to push you, so that if you can make good use of that to do something like to construct something, or sometimes it's very difficult to make changes because we human beings are so used to stay in the comfort zone. but maybe that comfort zone is not quite comfortable. And maybe that is like a repeating pattern, but which is the pattern is not set you free or cannot like utilize your potential or something, so that you can use that energy to make the change.
Yes, exactly. And bringing in a slightly different culture for a moment, or different culture, the Native Americans would say that in that story about Isis, her brother, who was the murderer, who killed her husband, in a way, he was like a good enemy. He was a good enemy. He was a good enemy because he made Isis become stronger, and he made her husband stronger because they learnt something. So another way of looking at this, if somebody makes you angry, okay, anger's not bad. It means I need to change something. What can I learn? What can I change? What action do I want to take? And if you really get the message and you really make a good change in your life, then whoever made you angry is in a way a good enemy.
Yeah. Can we, like Jesus?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it like one of his the 12, one of the 12?
Judas.
Like Judas is like betrayed him, but maybe that is Jesus' good enemies. Because of that, we are saying that the final test of the faith.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to be Judas. I mean, gosh, what karma that is. But without Judas, Jesus, his story would have been very different.
And his faith cannot be tested in such way.
Right.
So that is why we call it the final test of the faith. And then he's still going through the garden.
Yes.
In the end. So that is a good enemies in this way.
That's
I think
right.
In such way. So like we're saying about the dualities, what perspective? In one perspective, of course, oh, you're so hurt, you can be very hurtful. Oh, how come he can be doing something like that? That is, we can say that is a good thing, right? But in another perspective, maybe in other angle, maybe in the ego, a higher angle, a higher perspective, maybe there is something bigger behind the scenes.
I agree with you, Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
And if these, I think probably a lot of us would agree that we're here in this reality. It's like a school. We're learning.
Yeah, very intensive learning.
And sometimes the lessons are hard.
It's really hard. It's really hard. That is why we chose to be here. I think that is one of the part of the reason. And I saw, because I got some issues with my platform, so that I can only see the comment through my phone. I cannot tap that out. Every time when I'm doing live with Helen, there will be some technology issues. You guys will be getting used of it every time. And Pat Ho, she's asking, what if you cannot forgive someone? Is it a bad thing? So I remember Helen just said that the forgiveness until the right time. Is that?
Yeah, basically, if you're in a situation where the person that's hurt you is still hurting you, then now is not the time to forgive. Because you need to get to a place where you are safe first. And sometimes we are reluctant to forgive because we feel like if I forgive, I will forget. And somebody else might do the same thing and I won't recognize it.
Okay, yes.
So it's complicated, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It is about the timing. But what I would hope is eventually you can get to a place in your life where you feel like you are now safe and the person who hurt you can't hurt you anymore. And then if you are still feeling upset with them, then you have to ask yourself, is it better for you to forgive? Not about them, not what's good for them, what's best for you. Is that heavy emotion weighing you down? It's really what's best for you. Eventually, it might be better for you to forgive just because you'll feel lighter, but you must feel safe first.
I think if you cannot forgive, you don't have to push yourself or to judge yourself first.
Yeah,
and then the second is just to me personally. And then, I feel, of course, if I can forgive someone, there must be some emotions like anger or angry. But everyone expressing the angry or the anger in a different way. Some people will be surprised that you don't think that, they're angry with some people or they're not angry at something, but actually they are. They just, we just trap that feeling very deep inside themselves. I think it's even worse. And to me, if I feel like I can forgive someone, and then I can do something, and that something is I just trying to cut the cord.
Yeah, that's also very important.
And stay away.
Yes.
Maybe, okay, people when just heard about that, maybe say, oh, that is so easy. But in reality, it's not. You can see a lot of people or even think about yourself, maybe in your previous experience or in your younger time. And then you will feel like, okay, I can't be showing my true emotion to that someone because like it's something like a people pleaser, like that is a social culture. It looks like I'm very mean, I'm a mean person. I need to be, very loving people. So that is why we have that struggle. We're fighting the emotions inside, we're fighting with ourselves, we're judging, we have the guilt. And then also maybe because of the social norms and the people telling you about that, and then okay, you feel like okay, like the autopilot, but actually you're not happy, and then you don't understand why you're not happy, and then it's so complex, a lot of different things going on inside. But to me, at my later stage, the first thing is I just because they made me not feeling comfortable, so that I didn't do anything at them. I didn't say anything to them. I'm just trying to cut the cord. Cut the cord just means I just set the distance to stay away. So that is to make me feel safe, because the feeling uncomfortable, I think, is similar to I don't feel safe.
That's right.
Yeah. So of course, the people who are watching our live, they can have a think, and then they can have their own choice. It's all about choices. Yes. So that is just I'm just sharing my personal experience, and I think cut the cord is really important, because you need to separate the emotions, whether this is my emotions, that is your emotions, or that is the third party's emotion. So we're not being a cold person. We need to cut the cord, and then no, it's not like that. Sometimes if you can do that, that is not enough towards yourself.
Yes. And we have a divine right to be safe and to make our own choices and to be free. And I agree with you, Fairy. Sometimes you need to cut the cord with other people. And ultimately with forgiveness, it comes to a point of, it's not about the other person. It's not about you're giving them something. They don't even have to know whether you forgive them or not. You don't have to tell them.
It's about yourself. It's always about ourselves, because what they are going through, what's their lesson, is about them. It's their responsibility. It's not our responsibility. So that we're just doing something for ourselves. What makes us feel free? What makes us feel good.
Yes.
And if we can't do that, we just stay there, and then, but you can still do something. We just like stay away, cut the cord, trying to separate the feelings, the emotions, and then maybe you have a little bit clarity, and then at that time you will be knowing what you need to do next.
And
One small step.
Very good. And the most important person to forgive is always yourself.
Yes.
Because very often in a situation like this, we blame ourselves. Oh, if I'd have said this, if I'd have done that, or, we're all doing the best we can. So that's the most important person to forgive.
Why? Oh, we are saying that why we are always trusting the one person. Something about that. But you don't have to. That is our choice. We all have the choice to love and to receive love, and then we can't 100% every time. Like maybe even I that is not good to use good or bad people. Even maybe to make it easier to understand. Even maybe okay, they are really bad people in a way, and okay, that is my choice. I made that choice at that particular moment. I choose to trust this person, and maybe in the end it doesn't turn out the way that I wanted to, and okay, then I take it back. I can take it back, and then I just stop that, because that is not worthiness, and I preserve my energy to someone else who's more deserving, and it doesn't affecting like, okay, I can't open my heart anymore because everyone come to me will be like that particular person, or I don't doubt myself. Is it my problem, or I'm always attracting some people not being good to me? But the thing is, how you handle the thing. Even people come and go. There is a lot of different people. You will be meeting a lot of different people, all kind of people in this whole world. Don't just talk about, oh, there is law of attraction or something. Okay, that is the other thing. But that is our how to handle the case every time. That is also part of our learning. Even you're a very good people, you're a high frequency, high vibration, it doesn't mean that you will never meet the bad people. Bad people, right?
Yeah.
And then because they will be coming to you. Some when we're talking about like energy wise, the lower vibration always finding the higher vibration. They want to get something. Like we have the terms like energy vampire or something that is very unconscious, because that is like a very metaphysics, something like that. And but we can do is how we handle them, and then just to protect yourself, set the boundary, and then to preserve the energy. I take the energy back, and then you learn something, and then you can learn something from this experience.
Exactly.
And you learn, and then you grow, and so while we are talking this thing. Am I going too far?
No, not at all. And sometimes it's helpful to separate the person from what they did.
Yes.
Because what they did may have been bad, but maybe the soul of the person isn't. And sometimes it's helpful to separate those. Or maybe
so you
can forgive the person, but not the action sometimes.
Yeah, so we can more detach.
Yes.
We can be more detaching, and then that we will be feel more lighter. Even though we're seeing the same person again, we don't really feel that, something like that.
Yeah.
And at my stage now, I would be like, if we don't have the similar mentality, and so we just like friends, if we can, we have more things in common, we have a lot of things to talk. But if we're totally in the opposite, so then maybe we won't chat. So, but it doesn't mean that you're a bad person if I don't talk to you often.
Of course.
Yeah. So that when I'm seeing this kind of people, I won't feeling okay. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't feel good. I feel really bad. I feel really weird. I feel really strange. It's just like a normal, like you walking on the street. There's a lot of different people, and the thing is, when you're having that, more lighter, you got the freedom, your emotional freedom. You don't feel pressure. Yes. That is so important thing. Is about yourself, always about yourself.
That's
how
right.
you feel.
So another organ they preserved in the jars were the lungs. Yeah. And
what kind of emotion is linking to the lungs?
They said with the lungs it was about grief, like deep sadness. And they said that because, if you're in if deep sadness, you someone you love has died, your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband, wife has left you, something that makes you really deeply sad, we would naturally want to cry. And that really deep crying that, I'll make, the lungs, you really breathe with it.
Like cry like a baby.
Yes. And this is crying is something in modern society we're often very uncomfortable with.
Yes.
But in ancient Egypt, they were very wise about this. They said that if you feel grief, you need to cry. It's very healthy to release it, to let that energy move.
Yes.
And they had a guardian. Let me see if I can find him. Where's the guardian spirit for? I'll show you. Which one is it? It's not the best. I'll show you in this way. It's the guardian spirit for the lungs is actually the baboon.
Oh, the baboon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the baboons apparently they are very noisy animals.
Yeah, they make a lot of noise.
A lot of noise. And they care, they have deep feelings, and when somebody in the baboon family dies or something happens to them, they grieve. So the ancient Egyptians, they noticed that, and they felt that was helpful. And in ancient Egypt, you might know this, when there was a funeral, they would always have some special people to come and grieve, to be paid to grieve. And these people would put like black on their faces, and ash, and pull their hair and really cry. Because if you, I know how it is for me, probably the same for you, Fairy. If you see someone crying, it makes me want to cry too.
Yes. If I really feel they're crying.
Yes.
So you can feel their sadness, right?
Yes, that's right. So the ancient Egyptians were saying that if you have something like that happens in your life, and it happens to all of us, and we all have people, we all will have people we love who either leave us or they die or something happens. And this is a really tough thing for humans.
Yeah.
But we have to grieve. If we don't grieve, that energy stays in the lungs.
Stuck.
And it gets stuck. But they say there is a higher purpose to this. There's a higher purpose to loss, which it's a difficult message, because if you've just lost someone, it's difficult to accept, but it leads to freedom.
Okay,
so for it, Paul,
like the grief higher version is about freedom. What about compassionate?
Yes, that's true too. But very often, if you have a friend and they've just lost a relative, it's not the right time to say, "Oh, good, now you're free." No,
yes,
right.
Yes,
it takes time.
Yes.
Or if their boyfriend or girlfriend has just left, you can't say, oh, good, now you can meet someone else. No, too soon. It takes time. But
It also depends on the person.
Yes, that's right.
The
But
state.
it's a process. So, for example, for me, when I was in my late 20s, I had a boyfriend who I lived with, I was deeply in love with, and we broke up. He fell in love with someone else. And for me at that time, it was like the end of the world. It's like everything in my life had come to an end. And I was really in a very deep state of grief. And I did definitely cry. But now I am so grateful, right? Because without that happening, I would have never have met my husband.
Daniel.
Yes. So we go through life, there will be people we lose. There will be things we lose. And it's painful. So the teaching from Egypt was allow yourself, however painful it is, if you can cry, it will help. And actually, when we cry, endorphins are released in our body, and it does help. It helps manage the pain a bit. And if you have a friend who's grieving, it's normal. We are a bit uncomfortable if someone else is crying or someone else is in pain because we don't want to feel it. So society
people don't really know how to handle that.
Yes. Society will often say, don't cry. It's okay.
Stay tough.
Yeah. Or they give you a tissue, right? Or they hold you. But actually,
They hold you is better. They hold you is better rather than asking you stay tough, stay strong.
No. Don't stay tough. Don't stay strong. Cry. It's really.
There was a time I encountered really, really very, very difficult time. And then people leave me the message like stay strong, stay tough. At that time I think usually I'm a very gentle person, usually. But at that time, my anger.
Yes, I can understand.
And then I told them, excuse my words, who the heck wanted to be tough? Don't tell me stay tough.
Yeah.
Maybe I can be a tough person. It doesn't mean that I wanted to stay tough. That is my capacity. That is my ability. But I don't really want that. But maybe at certain circumstances, I need to use that quality because I can change. And then I can do anything. So the only thing I can do to chance it is to stay tough.
And to say that to cry is not tough, that's not true. Actually, who's to say that crying isn't the toughest thing? Because it's to be able to release your grief. It's a strength.
And to show your emotion.
Yeah.
To express your emotion.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
No matter you're crying, you're smiling, and then you're angry, you're sadness, and then because you be true to yourself. That is about your authenticity, right?
Yes. Yeah. And if you can cry, the emotion will move. It's energy in motion, emotion. It will move. And however painful it is, and I know that it can be intensely painful, if you can cry, it will help process it. And over time, I promise it will get better.
I think one of our next life, I want to have some sharing or some discussions with you about love. love, what love a lot, we're talking love can be in a lot of different way. It's when you're talking about you broke up with your ex, so painful, it's the end of the world. But I think my learning is one of my previous relationship, and then I fell in love so deeply and so purely, and then in the end things doesn't work out, and then I was so painful. It's like the pain. I used to think I would be never be in love like that.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I didn't expect something like so many years later I will be meeting someone and then give me such intense feeling. And in the end, the thing I'm wanna saying that is like I don't even know how to survive. Like for 1 minute.
Yeah.
After minutes is so difficult to me. And I call that period of time. It's like I try to translate. I got the Cantonese phrase. It's like the darkest night of the soul.
Yes.
And so you can imagine how painful. And that was very intense. But my learning is that it's not long ago. I have been already in the spiritual journey, so that when I compare with my very first relationship, I can have a comparison, like a reality check. And it's like maybe just lasts for weeks. That is really, really intense. But after that, I feel the freedom.
Yes.
Because I'm walking out of that. It doesn't mean that, I cut off the love feeling. I'm quite sure when the next time when I'll be meeting a right person, even though I'm so painful, and then I'm so brave to walk away,
Yeah.
and to set myself free and to set him free, to set everything free. And then if the next one I'm still having the capacity to open myself and then to give myself out, to give my love out, and I also will be 200% committed to enjoy that love experience. But if you're telling me if that the next time if also you will be, there will be no you will be separate or something, I'm also will be very brave to walk away. So I got a big heart. Like, it's just like when you're having a pet and then you so love your pet and then one day your dog passed away. A lot of people say that I can't take this painful again, so that I can't to have another dog. But to me, I'm not sure about the dog for now. But if in the love relationship, by my experience, from my experience, and now I can telling the people like, okay, if I don't meet that someone, I won't force myself, to be enough. But if I will have a chance to meet that special someone, I got a big heart, even though if someone telling me you will be in pain in the end. But if that is the true love, I would just enjoy that, because that is why we are in this earth, this dimension. We need to experience, and from every experience we learn and we grow. And then,
and I think back all of my past relationships, I feel grateful for all of them.
so I want maybe one of our next life is talking about that this love, and also your story about you and Daniel, if you don't mind.
Yes,
Just
be
depends on
happy to.
how much you want to share. Yeah.
No, happy to share.
Yeah. And what about the other two emotions? You said that you said like four emotions.
Yes. So another one is fear.
Fear. Wow. Fear-based.
Yeah. And I think everybody on planet Earth feels that sometimes.
Yes.
Fear, anxiety, nervousness, worry, they're all kind of similar.
Is it like the movie called, is it Inside Out?
You're right.
Have you watched Inside Out?
No, I
Out 1 and 2?
haven't seen it.
You have Helen. This is
Okay,
a really, really good movie. Yeah, we can have a talk after you watch that. That is 1
Okay.
and 2. Both are good. You can start with the 1 first.
Okay.
So I think the fear plays the games. How this world, this society, how we're being manipulated by the power, by the higher authority. They're using the fear.
Right, and it's the intestines.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yes, I do. And in the body, it's the intestines.
Intestine.
Yeah, so somebody who has a lot of fear, sometimes they have difficulty with their digestion. And there are 2 energies that really help from the Egyptian point of view with this. It's the falcon, and falcon. It's a falcon. It's a bit like an eagle.
Yes,
similar
the
to
falcon.
an eagle.
Similar to eagle. Okay.
Yeah. So a falcon can fly high and get perspective.
Yeah.
That helps.
You know the Maya? You know the Maya things?
Go ahead. What's with Maya?
There is one king. We call blue eagle. It's also exactly the meaning is talking about a higher perspective, like the falcon. So when you see, so that if you got that quality, that means you can see the things in a higher perspective. Or we just pull it back, and then like you can see a bigger picture.
Yes, you could do it that way too.
Yes.
So then it's not so scary.
Okay, thank you.
And there's also a goddess that helps, and the goddess is this one. And she
is it the up one or the down one?
It's all the same.
It's all the same,
yeah,
but in different form. I see that there's different forms. Okay.
And she is the scorpion goddess.
Scorpion.
And that's interesting. And
what is the name of that goddess? Sorry,
she's called Serket.
Circuit. Okay, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. And they use a phrase with Serket, she who causes us to breathe. And it's partly because the Egyptians understood if you get stung by a scorpion, you can't breathe.
Because it's like some kind of poisoning.
Yes. Yes.
Toxic.
Right. So, but the message is, if you get scared, it's like you can't breathe. So if you're scared, the first thing you need to do is slow down and breathe.
Breathing. Focus on your breathing.
Yeah. Perspective and breathe.
Yeah.
Really helps.
I think the breathing work is very, very helpful. Very simple, very helpful, but not a lot of people will be doing that. Even for myself, I knew that so clearly, but sometimes, I'm disoriented or something. I forgot to breathe. I'm very used to, to hold my breath, just so natural. So I need to tell myself consciously, very, very conscious.
So I know very little Cantonese, right? But there's one phrase I know well, and it's "Some Phu Cup."
Some Phu Cup. Okay, everyone, let's take a deep breath.
Yeah. Feels good. So simple.
Very simple and very effective.
Yeah. So the message about fear and the higher purpose of fear, of course, is safety. Right? That's biologically why we get scared. Don't cross.
Feel safe. Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of common sense. You don't jump off a cliff. because it's not safe. But sometimes, like you said, Fairy, in the modern world, we get scared of things we don't need to be scared of.
Yes. So that we need to find out why. We need to find out why. Until the time you feel right. And it's like when you're angry, you need to do something, you need to action. You got the fear, so most of the time you will be like stop doing something or asking you, just like a red flag. You need to be careful of that. So it's like in psychology, it's like a fight or flight mode.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And that's where the perspective can help.
Yeah.
Because that can maybe explain why you're scared, and maybe you don't really need to be scared.
Yeah. I used to tell a lot of people, even now I think that is from my childhood or maybe even before my birth time. I always got scared for no reason. No reason, because people will be asking you very lateral. I said, I'm so scared. In Cantonese, gang, I'm so scared. And then why are you scared? Are you doing something bad? Or, is that something happening? We didn't know about that. No. And then they feel like, okay, maybe you're hiding something. You didn't tell me something. But swear to the God, really no. No, really and all. So, later time, I'm always asking myself, why I got that fear?
Maybe you don't need to start with why. Maybe you just start with breathing and some perspective.
Be with the emotion.
Just be with it.
The first is just be with it, and then don't judge it.
Exactly. Don't criticize yourself.
Sometimes I will be like, interpret that emotion in cute way. I say, I'm so scared. I don't know why I'm so scared, but I'm just a little bit scared. And then I feel like I'm less scared.
Right.
When I'm saying like that.
Because you're acknowledging it. You're saying, yes, this is how I feel.
Maybe I don't know the reason for now, but I'm not resisting that. Because that is also part of myself. Maybe the emotion wanted to tell me something, to help me something, to serve some sort of purpose, but I didn't know the reason why. So, but I'm still acknowledge, and then I don't label that. I'm not saying that that is good or bad. It is what it is.
Exactly. And you're not wrong if you feel scared. You're not weak.
I got problem. Why I feel scared?
Show me a human who's not scared, and they won't be human. Every human on the planet experiences this sometimes.
Sometimes it's so funny when I'm doing something very laterally. A lot of people saying that, "Oh, Fairy, you're so brave," and then I told them I don't think I'm brave. I'm not. That is just so lateral thing for me, because when you're saying about brave, it means you don't feel comfortable about something, but you will be still doing that.
Right.
So that takes courage, but that's something I wanted to. And then, like, maybe I'm at the stage like when people getting out of the comfort zone, they need the courage.
Yes.
But I'm at the stage now is when I'm getting out of the comfort zone. The comfort zone means it makes me uncomfortable. So that I think that is a very normal thing. I'm walking out from something made me feel uncomfortable. So I don't need to have the courage. And then I told them, if I stay in the comfort zone, I need the courage. I need to be brave. That is really the other way around. So I don't get it. At that time, I don't get it. Why people will be talking to me like that, and then they don't get it. But now I understand why they will have that kind of thinking, because I understand themselves.
Yes.
And then I also understand myself.
Yeah. And sometimes it's possible, if you get some perspective, if something is scary, you get some perspective and slow down and breathe. Sometimes it can change to feeling excited.
How?
Well, for me, for example, people might not realize it, but by nature, I'm actually quite a shy person. A private person.
Okay.
And so I can get nervous before, for example, I go and give a talk or before I do a workshop.
Me too.
Especially if I have a big audience, and I always set very high standard for myself.
Yeah.
So maybe I make it more difficult for myself too.
Demanding.
Yeah. But once I start that talk, I start that workshop, it changes. And then I feel excited.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And in the body, physiologically, if we're scared, our breathing changes. If we're excited, our breathing changes. If we're scared, our blood maybe beats more quickly. Our heart beats more quickly. If we're excited, it goes more quickly. It's inside the physical body. It's actually similar.
I think like when you're scared, in your case, because you have a high expectation. So when you have a high expectation of something, because you like that, you like all these things, that is why you got the high expectation. And so in a way, you will be actually can be the other side, the coin, the two sides. It's about the excitement. So why I'm saying that, like when you're in a deeply grief process, what you just said, and then you said the higher frequency, higher version is about the freedom, and then I'm asking you, what about compassionate? Because I got a similar experience before, and okay, I did not telling the details, but I used a long time. By the end, I made a post on Facebook. And then I wrote that myself. It's all my writing. It's in Cantonese, but in English, the meaning is like the coins of the two sides. How much painful you were going through. So how much or how deep the compassionate.
Yeah,
that will be revealed. That will be revealed. But that is not easy. That is, I can still say it is a really, really bloody, painful experience. But I'm not chasing for that. I'm not asking for that. But if the universe is giving that experience to me, that must be some reason. So that is the perspective. What we are talking about, the perspective.
Yes.
One perspective is I can be being beaten up. And then I feel so sad. I don't understand why me. And the other perspective is like what I'm just said, that so the compassionate I can be revealed. And then in the later time, I realized that compassionate inside me, helping me to be understand the people.
Yeah. And for me, I would imagine it's similar for you, Fairy. Compassion and love, unconditional love, feels very similar to compassion. And that's a good feeling.
Yes, the frequency, that is a really high frequency.
Yeah.
That is a really high frequency. Like Isis, I the energy is about, also about the love and compassion. Even though you're talking to us about the stories about she's a warrior, and that is also love. That can be love is not like feminine or gentle. Love can be strong because to protect someone can be just out of love.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the anger, the grief, and then the fear. And the
fourth one is joy.
Joy.
Yes. That is the stomach.
Stomach.
Being Chinese, I think you can understand that, right? Food.
Mm-hmm. A food.
Now,
I'm a foodie, Helen.
It seems like it should be easy for everybody to have joy, but actually it isn't. And joy is something where we need to give ourselves permission to be joyful. Sometimes we feel it's not safe to be joyful. What if I lose it? Or I feel guilty if I'm happy. And really, no, it's okay. You are allowed to be happy. And
that is so weird. Why people they don't feel they feel guilty if they're happy? That is so strange to me.
no, that some people are like that. They feel like there's so much suffering in the world. It's not okay for them to be happy.
Okay. Or maybe like if I'm so happy because of so simple thing, does it mean that I'm a silly person?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's connected with the stomach, because the stomach is what we say yes to. It's what we take in. It's what nourishes us. It's symbolically, it's what in life we accept. And there is a goddess who's connected with this. Let me see if I can find a picture. There we go. It's this goddess here.
So it's all the same goddess.
Yes, all these pictures are about the same goddess.
Mm-hmm.
And her name is Neith.
Neith.
Here. Neith.
N-I-T-H.
Yes, some spelt different ways sometimes.
Okay.
And if I bring this closer, you can see there's a picture here of she's got like a bow and an arrow.
Yes.
So what she's saying is to have joy in your life. It helps if you choose what you want to aim for. It's like, what are you going to hunt? What do you choose?
Like the anchor.
Yeah.
Like the boat, the anchor, and then when you're driving the car, your wheels, and then the boat, and then you're aiming at something, the focus.
Yes. What do you want in your life? What is your passion? What is your joy? And
what makes you happy?
What makes you happy?
That is so simple.
But it's so complicated at the same time.
Yes, but there are lots of people, they don't even know what. They don't even know what makes them happy.
Or they don't even ask the question.
It's so basic.
Yeah. Or they feel guilty if they ask the question, because they should be working hard or thinking about money or looking after their mother or whatever the reason is. And maybe you can do all those things, and at the same time, what is it that makes you happy?
What about yourself? What about yourself?
What nourishes you? What brings you joy? What makes you laugh?
So Helen, what makes you happy, Helen?
This. Talking about this kind of stuff, exploring it, learning spiritual things, going on adventures, meeting other spiritual people, and helping people, helping the people I meet, seeing their lives improve. And also simple things. Sometimes it's dim sum or garlic or sunshine or
garlic, onion.
Yes. Matcha latte.
Yeah. I'm so happy for today. Actually, every time I feel so happy when I'm having a life with you, but this time, especially because a lot of things I can in sync with you, and then I feel so touched. And it's already 1:18.
Wow.
1 hour and 18 minutes.
Yes.
But before we end this live, I wanted to tell you something, because I made a decision to be going to the south of England in a very, very short time. That I told you about. I wanted to go there for a really, really long time. I have been to the south of England for lots of time, but not that south. And every time I'm thinking about, okay, I'm already in the south, just like 2 or 3 hours. More hours. But I don't know why every time, I just hesitate. And then, okay, maybe next time, maybe I find next time, maybe I find next time. And this time as well, I don't go for the details, but I don't know why eventually, just within an hour ago, I still feel like, okay, maybe not this time again. Because I only have a one window to be traveling like 10 days. It's getting closer to that window. I cannot make the decision. It seems like more likely I will be like next time I will be bypassed. And just like yesterday, within an hour, and then everything is like tut, 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 tut. And I feel like I got a calling, and there is some reason because I've never been to Cornwall. I think there will be some reason, and then there will be, actually I'm not chasing for that, but I really got the feeling that that is like another chapter, like the spiral energy will be unfolding after I got collected to these places. And the funny thing is, because of the accommodation, I'm very struggled because like I didn't plan it for a long time, a very last minute, and it's a peak season.
I know.
It's fully booked, and it's very, very, very expensive place. I think all over the UK, Cornwall is, the most expensive. I can say, and I don't know why someone told me. I think she's a messenger. Someone told me about Camelot Castle. And then you very full book and very, very expensive. There is one last room at that period of time, 4 days, 3 nights, and it's free to book. And after that, I booked that, and then someone, because I have a very deep connection with Avalon, King Arthur,
Yes,
Guinevere, Lancelot.
Yeah.
Their love story. I don't know why. Every time when I'm saying their names, I want to cry. I got the tears, and they're saying that, okay, fairy, which is not far away from the hotel. There is a Merlin's cave. I have a deep connection with Merlin, and then there is also the place you will be staying is King Arthur's birthplace. And yeah, I think they did. And then but I'm just wanted to share with you because we're regularly having like twice a week. Once every 2 weeks, and then on Wednesday or Thursday, and then I'll be leaving on Saturday. And so because you also know about the Cornwall, know about a lot of the sacred sites, the history and the energy and the things, I'm a little bit scared in a good way.
In a good way, but a little bit
excitement, yeah. But
yeah.
Maybe the excitement may be too high, so that makes me feel a little bit scared, because scared of that intensity of the excitement, and nervous because I feel like there will be something new. I don't know in what way, I don't know how, but I know that is something new coming to me. So yeah.
Well, that's very exciting, and you're also following your joy. You're shooting your arrow.
Yeah, on the horse, riding on the horse, and then also when I'm coming back, I will be staying in the Watshire. That is like I will be coming back to Avebury.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that is my. You remember my heart of the heart. Glastonbury is the heart chakra. Avebury is heart of the heart. And then that is my first time about my spiritual journey is starting from Avebury, because I was learning the Reiki master. And then the teacher, I have told you before, because at that time she's living in that area. So that is why I need to stay close to her. That's why I was visiting Avebury. And then afterwards, she's moving to a lot of different places. end, so that this time I come back again, and then I will be dropping a visit. And then she just told me like, okay, I'm back to Russia. And then I asked her, is that the first time where we met? And then she said, oh yes. And yeah, and that is why I will be coming back to that area to visit her, and then also to visit the family tree, the stone circle. Yeah. And then maybe the last day when I'm leaving Avery, and then I will be along the journey, maybe I will be drop a visit at Glastonbury, and then to King Arthur's tomb. So somewhere he's born, and somewhere, the place.
Yeah, I know the place.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just want to share with you. Yeah.
So this is a great teaching. You know what brings you excitement, what brings you pleasure, and
the fear, the scare.
And even it makes you a little bit nervous. You're still doing it. You're following your joy.
Oh, you're telling me about the emotion. I am quite sure when I'm arriving the Camelot Castle, the Merlin's Cave, the King Arthur's thing or something, when I'm sitting there collecting or meditate or anything, that is also a kind of the grieving process for myself.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So all that, but anger, I don't know, maybe. But just remember Helen's teachings, or Helen's sharing today, all the emotions got a higher purpose. There is always a higher frequency form and lower frequency form. And then we need to acknowledge our emotion. We need to be with our emotion, and then we can choose, in what form we like transform, or we can transform the emotions to a higher frequency form. Right? Is that a good wrap up?
Excellent.
Any more you want to say for this live?
Just thank you to you, Fairy, and thank you to everybody who is listening or who watches this.
Okay, because I can't see the comment quickly.
That's fine.
Quickly. Okay, we have Pat Ho as usual. Every time she gave us a super sticker. Fairy and Helen, I appreciate you taking the time to explain that to me.
You're welcome.
So thank you, everyone. So my love to you all. And then I'll see Helen 2 weeks later, and I'll update you about my journey.